behaviors that make you think you're crazy, but science says you're fine. Have you ever wondered aloud, am I crazy? I'm certain I have. A couple of times too many. But I suddenly understood that craziness and improper social behavior are two separate things, and that the latter affects the majority of us. I'm not suggesting that every strange behavior is normal, but the vast majority of them have completely acceptable causes, and some of them even make you smarter. Here's a collection of bizarre behaviors that have scientific justifications and make sense. If you are someone who goes and checks your ex's Facebook profile frequently, you need to hear number 9 on the list. 1. Have brain farts? Brain farts are a very common occurrence. Forgetting pieces of information isn't unusual, but forgetting important details, such as why you just stepped into a room or the name of your own child is. We humans, on the other hand, have a lot of these so-called brain farts. According to studies, a variety of factors can cause your memory to lapse. Stress and sleep deprivation are two of the most common reasons. According to a 2011 study published in the Quarterly Journal of Experimental Psychology, even opening a door can cause a brain fart. Other random things, such as spinning tires and shadows, can cause your brain to suffer minor blips in memory recall. 2. Talking to yourself. That one we're all guilty of. Don't even try to dispute it. You've spoken to your computer when it breaks down. Asked yourself where you put your glasses, and even given yourself a motivational speech. We, on the other hand, do not hesitate to label someone who does the same thing as mad. So label me mad. But wait, I'm not alone. Albert Einstein did as well. As it turns out, talking to yourself has a number of advantages. Talking to oneself helps you strengthen your memory, according to a study conducted by Daniel Swigley and Gary Luppia. As a result, when you read your notes aloud, you're actually learning a lot more. They weren't the only ones who felt this way. Another study conducted by psychologist Linda Sapadin shows that talking to yourself might help you organize your ideas and make your goals seem more achievable. 3. Choose one hand over the other. Take a closer look at your hands. Is it correct that you have 2 of them? So, why do you tend to employ just one of these arms for so many different tasks? According to scientists, whether you're a lefty or a righty, the fact that you have a dominant hand at all is strange. Having 2 hands with good motor skills would, after all, be a huge help to humans. The way the brain processes speech is one idea for why people have dominant hands. According to the idea, the left hemisphere of the brain, which houses the speech center in most people, is more tightly wired than the right. The left hemisphere of the brain controls the right side of the body. It's likely that right-handed people's dominance of the right side of the body is due to increased wiring in this portion of the brain. However, researchers discovered that not all right-handed people have speech centers in the left hemisphere of the brain. To put it another way, this idea could be incorrect. There are, however, a slew of alternative theories that could shed light on human-handedness. 4. Laughing at a disaster. Yes, I understand what you're going through. If you're one of those people who chuckle or smile while grieving and find it unsettling, because everyone else is crying or depressed, you're not alone. You're not insane. In fact, you're more likely to cope with your pain more effectively. You may remember Chandler claiming that his sarcasm is a defense mechanism in Friends. People also deal with grief in very diverse ways. According to Dasher Keltner, laughter relieves the tension associated with negative emotions and allows a person to take a break from the mourning process. It's a way of separating yourself from the discomfort. Another study conducted by Bonanno found that those who smiled and laughed naturally predicted reduced grief over time and elicited pleasant feelings in others. 5. Lie. Here's something you've undoubtedly learned a lot of times. People deceive one another. It's something we do for a variety of reasons. However, everyone lies from time to time. And if we said we knew why, we'd be lying. So, even if it did fall under the category of crazy, it no longer does due to the vast number of people who lie. You would be shocked, as I was. According to a University of Massachusetts research, 60% of adults cannot hold a 10-minute discussion without lying at least once. In this brief amount of time, those who did lie told an average of 3 lies. People appear to have been misled about minor details that we believe will improve our appearance or make us more pleasant. The truth is that scientists aren't sure why people lie, but they do know that it's a widespread occurrence that's likely tied to a number of psychological factors. According to Robert Feldman, a psychologist at the University of Massachusetts, self-esteem is the most important of these elements. Feldman, who researches the roots of human deception, has discovered that when a person's self-esteem is endangered, they immediately begin to lie at higher levels. We're trying to preserve a vision of ourselves that is simply the way they want us to be, not so much to please other people. Feldman told Live Science in 2006. To put it another way, people frequently lie in order to make social situations simpler. This could include lying to avoid hurting someone else's feelings or avoiding a conflict. 6. Crying for no reason in particular. After a nasty breakup, a tough day at work, or even a dispute with your mother, you can't help but cry. But what about those times when you simply cry, with no obstacles, no justifications, just tears? You aren't utterly insane though. It may happen to anyone, and the cause is anxiety. Most people regard anxiety as just tension or dread. Research correctly summarizes our feelings. Anxiety, on the other hand, is an emotional disturbance that can have a significant impact on your ability to manage your emotions. This is as accurate as it gets. It is recommended that you should let your tears run their course in such a situation, because holding them in would only make things worse. 7. Laughing at your own jokes. Some people assume that laughing at one's own joke is a symptom of narcissism, or that it is absolutely insane. However, it is neither of these things. According to a popular Stack Exchange response, I believe that emotions are contagious, and I believe that people understand this on an instinctive level. As a result, they're attempting to appear amusing by laughing at something that isn't amusing in the hopes of persuading you or the group that it is amusing, while also spreading the emotion, which, to be honest, is as close to reality as one can get. 8. Yelling loudly in public. Do you ever feel like you've had enough, like you're overflowing and can't keep it within any longer, and then you hear a tremendous scream that you later know is coming from within you? No, this does not make you a lunatic. It's perfectly okay, even if you are convinced otherwise. We have scientific evidence to back this up. According to a study conducted by Thorpe Park, a good old-fashioned scream can reduce stress levels by up to 1/4. As a result, you're helping yourself by not keeping anything back, which implies you'll be far more relaxed than your coworkers after a nice, loud scream. 9. You're more likely to stalk your ex than your current lover. So, while a lot of guys may think this is insane land, it's actually becoming far too frequent. Whether you confess it or not, you checked out your ex's Facebook profile to see what he's up to. Many others have gone to his new flame's Facebook profile and made comparisons to her. One study, for example, shows that our estimates are roughly correct. Approximately 88% of women, aged 18 to 35, have stalked their ex-partner's accounts on the internet, while 80% have stalked their new partner's profiles. So it isn't insane, but it isn't healthy either. To assuage your fears, counselors state that these obsessions fade away once you truly moved on from your ex. Well, that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe for more social psychology videos. Thanks for watching.